What up YouTube? This is Steven and I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to talk about the South Korean female rapper CL. I hope I'm saying her name right. But yeah, I think it's CL. I couldn't imagine it being like clip or or something like that. So I'm going to call her CL. Hopefully that's correct. But yeah, this is a bit of a rant actually. Let me explain where I'm coming from with this. Alright, I was on the internet, browsing around, minding my own business. I wound up coming across some information about CL doing, bringing her concert to North America, bringing her tour to North America, her Hello Bitches tour to North America. And, I've heard of CL, I heard her name thrown around here and there. I've even did a lyrical analysis of one of her songs. I believe Mental Breakdown, something to that effect. So, I've heard of her. And I was like, oh, wow, that seems pretty cool. I think I might want to, attend this concert, support, Asian, musical talent. Hopefully that'll help usher in some more Asian musical talent, to come to North America. So I'm like, okay, all right, let me check this out and see, how much the tickets cost. See where it's at, see how much the tickets cost, see what day it is, see if this is something, I could possibly attend, see if this is a concert I could possibly attend. So when I do that, I see that the tickets, at least in, my area, they're priced between $75 and $300. And I'm like, are you guys serious? Are y'all serious with this? I'm like, really? It's like CL that big of a name to be charging someone $75 to see her concert in North America? In South Korea, perhaps she could do that. I could see that happening in South Korea, perhaps. But even still, I would think that might be a little bit steep, starting out at $75. So I'm like, okay, all right. Like these tickets, I might be a little, frugal, a little conservative, a little cheap, whatever you want to call it. Fiscally conservative, perhaps. I think that's a bit much for tickets. In my personal concert going experience, I bought tickets, at least to one artist who was like way bigger of a deal than CL, who's like an international superstar known all across the world, who is like, holds the record for being the most successful teenage solo musical artist. The most successful teenage solo musical artist in the world. And I bought tickets to that artist concert. Starting out it was $40. I wind up saying, okay, next concert I want it to be like really up close, so I wind up splurging on a ticket for this artist for $129. And that was probably the highest cost of the ticket. And mind you, this artist is, a big deal. Ultimately, this artist is known worldwide. This artist is a household name. You can mention this artist and people will know at least one song by this artist. They probably can know a couple of the songs, hits that stick like grits. And this artist ain't charging folks that much money, not like CL. Like I'm like, who does CL think she is? I mean, I know I'm going to offend some of the CLians up in here, the CL fan base, but who does CL think she is to charge someone $75 to $300 for her concert? I just think that's a bit much. And like, isn't CL probably more like a flavor of the moment at this point? And I guess she's trying to get as much money as she can. Um, but yeah, I'm like, in my experience, I've been to a few concerts. The cheapest concert, that I paid for was $5. You know, there was this concert series that my city used to do. They no longer do it, I think. But yeah, you could purchase tickets for like $5, and I wind up seeing like the rapper Chingy when he was like the flavor of the moment, and I also saw Liz Fair back when she had released her song, Why Can't I? Why can't I breathe whenever I think about you? Why can't I speak whenever I talk about you? You know, and I'm like, those artists are probably bigger than CL. Well, I guess not, maybe not at this point, but at the point when they were big, they were probably bigger than CL in North America now. Come on. You know, I mean, I want to see CCL Crossover. I would like to see that. I don't have any issues with that. It's just the issues with the pricing. The pricing for these tickets. I know some folks are going to buy it probably. There is somewhat of a Korean American community, not exactly where I live, but like within the area, within the general area. So I'm sure some Korean folk are going to attend, and probably just some Asian people in general, you know, going to attend and support, a sister trying to come up in the game. Um, as far as me, I don't know. On one hand, I would like to support, but on the other hand, I'm like, well, it's a bit much. You're asking a bit much here, especially when I'm thinking about how much I paid for concert tickets, Um, but maybe I'm just being, a little too fiscally conservative, quote unquote. Maybe I'm just being a little too cheap. Maybe. Um, but I don't know. I guess I'll put it out there to you guys. What's the highest have you guys bought concert tickets? If so, what's the highest cost that you have paid, as well as the highest cost that you would be willing to pay for, an artist, you know, whether it's your favorite or just, an artist that you're kind of into, you know. Now, I guess CL thinks she is just, Nicki Minaj or something, but you ain't Nicki Minaj yet, though, CL. Not in North America, you know. I hope her concert is a success. Ultimately, I do, but on the other hand, I'm like, well, if it is a success, then she'll just keep charging folks 75 to $300 for her tickets, So I'm like, on one hand, I do want it to be a success, but on the other hand, I'm thinking, well, should it be a success? Should she be successful? No. But I'm happy to see that she is, touring, internationally and touring North America. You know, I may decide to go. Maybe if I have and come into some extra money or something. But also, the concert is maybe like 2 weeks away. So I don't even know if I could come up with that amount of money at the moment, just because as far as my personal finances are concerned, at this particular moment, I just ain't got it like that. Had this been, a month or two ago, I probably would be able to just, pay up. But even if I did have the money, I'm just thinking, is it worth it, Um, and I don't know. I don't know. And also, I think the concert is in my area, the concert is on an odd day. Well, I guess it's not terribly odd if I think about the concerts I've attended. But the concert it falls on a Tuesday at around 7 p.m., you know. And I guess I could do that, I guess I could, do that. Um, you know, I guess it's not that bad of a day. You know. But what do you guys think? Am I being too cheap? Feel free to let me know. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. Your feedback and support are extremely appreciated and extremely valued. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.